Okay, welcome back to week 2 of September, even though it's already like September 17th. Anyway, we really gotta get moving on this ship, and I think that means just really like making decisions and doing stuff, because I'm spending like a lot of time just like not really making solid decisions and just kind of, you know, sort of trying to seek out what the best option is, when really we just gotta like get moving and make it happen. So yeah, let's just start taking care of stuff on the ship and get it done. Okay, so I want to get this front section basically squared away right away. I have these little like round things that are going on here, and then they're supposed to be connected with little beams in between them, and I want to make sure the beam is the exact right height so that these two things on the top and bottom can run parallel to each other. So I built this little thing that will measure the exact height that I need based on like what it is back here, and kind of unfortunately I got it exactly right apparently with these two Technic connector pieces. And the reason that's unfortunate is because I know I have like a giant bag of these somewhere, but I've spent a lot of hours looking for them and I can't find them at all. So I'm gonna have to purchase those. They aren't that expensive, but it still kind of sucks. I also added little dividers in between these for no reason at all, other than I guess they look kind of cool. And then I just put tiles along the rest of this. I put these little ladder pieces on there for some sort of texture. I could probably add a lot more, put a lot more effort into this, but we really just got to get moving on to the back section. So yeah, let's start doing that. So I think a good place to start would be the back end of the ship, and then just kind of work my way to the middle. So that means the thrusters. I definitely want to use these crate pieces here as the actual thruster pieces, and I'm not going to put any like, you know, transparent pieces to represent whatever is actually coming out. Instead, I'm just going to kind of leave them there as like empty holes, I guess. I think it looks kind of cool. That's not the final arrangement. I'm just lining them up and stuff. So I tried to build one of those modules here, but I don't think I'm going to end up keeping it. It's not totally complete either, but I'm not going to bother completing it. It probably turned out cool for some use case, but I don't think it's going to end up making its way into this ship. Before I just like scrapped this though, I figured it would be worth showing you some of the cool things that went into making at least like this piece here. Normally there's a really easy way to attach two arches, or there's a bunch of easy ways to where you get like a perfect circle in the middle. You want a 1-plate gap between the two arches if you want to put a perfect circle in there, like a 4x4 thing goes in there perfectly, something like this. But to get that centered, it's a little bit more difficult, and I wanted the mount for this dish in the middle to be the same assembly as the thing that holds the two arches together, just for compactness. So that's what I'm going to break down right now. So yeah, the width of this is spanned both by like plates on their sides and then plates going lengthwise, I guess is a way to describe it. And then they're just connected with Technic bricks at either end so that the studs can go into them. And then I had to use these 1x2 by 1 2/3 bricks so that the studs would be like right up against the arch. I don't really know how to describe it any other way. If you used a regular brick with stud on the side, there's going to be a half plate gap there, which would throw off this dish being in the very center of the circle. So it's a pretty easy assembly after that. Yep. So I'm not entirely sure what wasn't working for me about that build there, but I think maybe it needs to be bigger or something. I'm not really sure. But I'm just going to try and maybe do some sort of sketching, I guess, with other bricks to vaguely get the size that I want and then build around that. Another thing that's going to be really important is making sure that the back actually looks good and it wraps around really well like the front does. I think the front is going to be one of the best parts of the ship, and I think the thrusters are going to be a big part of that. making the back look cohesive and nice. So that's going to be something that I'm going to be working on also. So to kind of visualize the length I'm going for, I put this yellow line here, which is 24 studs long. So I'm going to try and build a thruster that's about that length, because I think that's going to be a good length. So unfortunately, I don't think there's really enough room to put the thrusters vertically, and I don't want to make these like 6 total crates. I like them being 8. So instead, I'm going to be putting these kind of horizontally like this, and I think this might actually work better. I'm struggling to decide which one I like better, but I think once all of these are on there, it's going to look pretty cool. This is going to be pretty far out. I don't know about that, but we'll see. Okay, so I think we're nearing sort of a final design here with this thruster. I'm going to be making a few other changes, but I'll go over basically what I tried to achieve here. First of all, I think the back is going to look really cool with 4 of these looking like this from the back. This is just a really cool looking part, and I think these slopes add like so much for me. I really like the way these just look, where they expose some of the gray there, but you know, not on the sides as a slope would do. But yeah, then that's mounted to the main body just by basically a bunch of gray bricks. And then I added these half cylinders on either end to round it off, which I think is going to give a really nice look from a lot of different angles, especially once there's one on the other side and it almost looks like a continuous pipe going through. I'm pretty okay with the shape we got here. It's pretty close to what I want. I didn't exactly know what I wanted, but it's getting there. There's some greebling here at the front, I don't know, like an intake or whatever, and then some light gray greebling in here that I'm going to be duplicating for all 4 of these. I think this turned out pretty cool. I don't really know what any of it's supposed to be, but it's whatever. And then I added like a hinge with tiles on top of this here to make this just like a smoother slope as it goes down, instead of just stacking up slopes, because they have little lips and stuff and it's distracting. So that's why I went with that approach. I also basically did my first attempt at adding any blue color into the ship right here, and I'm going to be removing it because I'm going to be changing the way these stripes work. I'm going to be doing a bricklink order to get some pieces that I need, so we're just going to set this up, the redesign up, so that I can add the parts from the bricklink order when they come in. And then I also want to add slopes here to where this connects to the body, but I don't think they look as good when they're just on the outside. Of course I'd put like cheese slopes here or something, but I think they'll look better if I embed them into the actual brick right there, so that's what I'm going to redesign that for. And yeah, after that this will be ready to be duplicated 3 more times for all 4 thrusters on the back.
Back to the back, get to the ship and the big dips back to the back to the cash. We talk about that, run with it like Boy Scout. Can you feel that? Hey, all in only 17, my skin is green. My shit love was going up, it's just an everyday routine. All my old friends hit me up, they wish they had a time machine. Feeling like I'm true, I always hit them with a Vaseline. Always say it, no one you ask him up, they got me with me. DMs blowing up, I always say no business, they get free. Watch it on your every move, I got that shit on DVD. I said don't in the top, but I just know that you are bourgeoisie. All in all, 17, my skin is green. My shit love was going up.
Alright, so I pretty much got to get this video finished now. So, in conclusion, for this week's video, pretty much we just about finished the thrusters. Although I think they turned out really cool. I got a lot of work to finish because right now it is September 28th and this ends in like 2 days. So I might work through the night or something because it's actually like a super busy time, coincidentally, un-LEGO related. So I was happy to get some blue worked into the ship. I got 2 Bricklink orders this week, but they added a really nice looking blue to the ship. Dark Azure is like such a good looking color. I didn't even really realize like how much I really liked it. It looks really good, I think, especially with the dark blue. So I got to figure out where I'm going to work that in throughout the rest of the ship so that it looks like it's part of something. Otherwise I got to start figuring out the middle section of the ship and then just wrap everything up in the next video, and that'll probably be the last one. So 3 total update videos, and then I'm going to make the final one. As for when this video goes up, it's not going to go up September 28th, I doubt. It might come up sometime after September. As long as I get this finished in September and I post it on like Flickr and Instagram and stuff, I think I'm good. So yeah, I'll see you guys whenever the next video comes out.